Hello and welcome to the TSI AFL studios. Matt Edwards and Robert Walls with you. Well, the Bulldogs have now lost their past 10 games and they will finish in the bottom 4 this year. Robert, let's take a look at their season and where they're running into trouble.
It's been one of those years for the Bulldogs. They've got a new coach in Brendan McCartney. He's had that great experience with Geelong, building a young team into a premiership power, and he's got a long road in front of him with this Western Bulldogs team. He knows that, they know that, so there's no panic out there. But if you have a look at their facts and figures, at the halfway mark of the year, they were 5 wins and 6 losses, going along okay. But as you mentioned, they've lost 10 games in a row and the season's ending on a pretty disappointing note. Minson in the rucks had a really good season, and of course, Matty Boyd, the skipper, he just continues to rack up the disposals in the midfield. But it's up forward where they really struggle to have goal kickers. Good teams have half a dozen players who kick 20 or more goals for the year. The Bulldogs this year have got 3. Daniel G in Syracuse, he's kicked 28 so far. Then you've got Dixon on 22 and Higgins on 20. There's not a major goal kicker amongst that group of players. And then it falls away. The 4th highest goal kicker is 13 with Luke Dalhouse. Now, if we have a look at the facts and figures, they are pretty damning and a lot of work needs to be done. They are ranked 18th in the competition, the Western Bulldogs, for scores once they get the ball inside their forward 50. It takes about 5 entries for them to kick a goal, and that's the worst of any of the teams in the competition. As far as scoring accuracy goes, they are ranked at 53%, which puts them 18th in the competition. Marks on the lead, they are ranked 18th. And all important marks inside your forward 50, they are ranked 17th. So they have to really work hard to build that forward line.
So where do they go from here? Is it about developing the younger players they have, or do they look outside? Where does the answer lie?
I think Brendan McCartney will look to develop from within. There are 4 players there who are tall. That's a start. This year he hasn't been able to play them all in the forward line because they've had to plug holes in the ruck and in the back line and so on, and some of them just haven't been worth their game. But he will show some perseverance with the likes of Ace Cordy. Now, he's over 200 centimetres tall, can take a mark, but he's going to take time to develop. He's kicked 8 goals this year. They'd be looking at Liam Jones to be the centre half forward. He does show some talent, some ability, but on an inconsistent basis. Then they'd be looking at Grant. Now, he's been there a while, needs to get bigger and stronger. Jordan Roughhead is the one that I really like. They've had to play him in the back line a bit this year, a little bit in the ruck, but he's a big, strong-bodied player. So there are 4 players there. All have got the size, need to get a bit stronger, and let's hope that this time next year, we're talking about at least 2 of these players with the Western Bulldogs who've kicked over 20 goals for the year.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us on TSI AFL. Don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.